So we just had a Grayscale incident. They basically came out and they sold like a gazillion BTC. And you might have noticed the market is dumping in spite of all the bulls out there and all these amazing levels and the trend retests and everything that everyone was looking at. So am I panicking? No. Should you panic? No. I'm going to tell you why you don't need to panic just yet. We're going to watch these key levels. Then I've also got some tokens that I think could be outperforming. When we do eventually get this Bitcoin bounce, we got to look at some outperformers here. So I've got a list for you. And one of them is obviously the Ton network that is, it's newsworthy and it's flying all over the place. So we got a lot to talk about, including your levels. So don't panic. Let's take a look. I'm going to show you my trades. Some of them are underwater. We can deal with this together. Let's get right into this, guys. About 20 minutes ago, I was finishing my prep for the show, and we were bullish and we were looking at cool entries and all these types of things. And then the stuff started absolutely melting down. So I had to basically go and change my undies because this place got so red. And I mean, Banter Bubbles is not a pretty sight at the moment. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner there, Ton network, 12% up, but a general flush out. And it's a complete reset from that massive bounce that made us all so bullish 24 hours ago. I mean, things were looking incredible. So let's get urgently into BTC right now and just make sure that everything is still on track as far as the bull zones are concerned and things like that. So number one, yesterday, you saw I was sitting in a Bitcoin short. And it was a short-term short. I was looking for a bounce on this 382 region. So what I did was I set a sell order and I closed that short on this 382 and then entered a long position. And as you can see, I'm now underwater. I've now added to my long position here. And the reason I did that was this was the major weekly level that we were looking at yesterday, the 68,800. So this was a big zone. I've marked 3 huge areas for you guys. And Sniper Club also got these levels. So any one of these areas was going to be a potential reaction zone, was going to be a potential bull zone and a bounce zone. And right now we are testing a major area. The 68,800 zone is a big one we need to keep our eyes on. And if we can stay above that, then things should be okay. And then we can't ignore the 618. There's nothing wrong with a nice little 618 bullish retest for Bitcoin. If we do come down to the 618, I want to see a strong bounce though. We can't sit there and fuck around in this area and float around and do all these types of things. I want to get a flush out on the zone, and then I want to get a nice pump off that 618. So why is the market potentially dumping? Well, number one, it's dumping because of this Grayscale situation. They moved. Let's just get the exact number here. Let's just pull this one out so we're not speculating. Here we go. Don Crypto. He says they moved 6,200 Bitcoin today, and this is obviously part of the sale for Married with Backpacks. I love those comments, bro. You must be in Sniper Club. I'm sure somebody was saying that in Sniper Club earlier today. We're fucked, sell everything. And I saw you guys. I saw those comments earlier. So this is reason number one. In case you look for a reason on a dump, well, here's your reason. And sometimes it just has to be, it is what it is. But here's your reason for the existing dump. Then also, we have CPI tomorrow. And maybe there's an indication here that the stock market is selling off in anticipation of some CPI news. So that's not always the worst thing. If we do get a little sell-off into CPI, this is the S&P 500 at the moment, the 1 hour. And you can see a little bit red, but we got a little bit of a bounce now. And it's trying to recover at the moment. And at the same time, we are looking at BTC trying to bounce at this key level at the moment. So this is a big zone that you want to watch now. If you are sitting in altcoins, you're going to be feeling pressure. Okay, you're going to be seeing your altcoins are now drifting into major support levels. They are drifting into their 618. Some of them are drifting into 50-day moving averages. You're going to see on your own charts that you are watching, and you're going to see these levels are key now for you guys. And if you believe that the dump is going to be over either at this level or at the 618, then you can start looking for some entries. And I'm going to give you a couple of setups here as soon as we're done with some of the bullish news that I prepped for all you guys 20 minutes ago before they started killing us. But basically, simply Bitcoin is saying there's only 1.7 million Bitcoin left on exchanges, and they're suggesting an incoming supply shock. Okay, a supply shock is basically Bitcoin maxi words for pump time, and that is what we're looking at. So when you see supply shock and things like that, you can get a little bit excited when people start using those phrases. Julio Marino says demand has become more important than supply. Demand is growing at unprecedented pace. Take a look at his account. You can follow him there. And then this was great from 𝗪𝗘𝗫𝗪, telling us that the SEX monthly volume doubled in March. It hit $2.5 trillion for the first time since 2021. So we know the guys are bullish out there. We know this current break on BTC is, it's creating a lot of bull vibes. And I was ready to fire up the bullhorn. And, there it is. Fuck it. And, we still bullish, Ray, on this current situation. Am I wrong?
I mean, I'm bullish. Like, you got to buy the sweet stuff.
So what we also noticed, though, and it was until this afternoon, we noticed there was a big outflow from Grayscale as well yesterday. The ETFs had a net outflow as well, and the market was actually holding these levels. So, most of us were considering that quite bullish on its own. So it is notable. Okay, so to recap during the show, watch these areas now. BTC 68,800, watch that zone, and watch the 67,600. So during the show, these are the levels we're watching. Here is my current trade situation on Prime XBT, and you can see I'm long BTC. I added to that position now on that level, that 68,800. I added to my BTC position, so now I'm sitting in a BTC long. I'm still in that AVAX long. It picked up my order. Yesterday, I had 2 AVAX orders. If you remember, it picked up the second one lower down, and I have added a little bit here at this level. So you can see where my stop is. It's underneath the 618 fib, and that is my current plan on Prime XBT. If you want to trade these things with me on Prime XBT, they're offering you a 7% sign-up bonus. Go to the link in the description below. If you put in $10,000, they're giving you $700 that you can trade with, and you can also trade the S&P. You can trade gold. You can trade oil. All these things on Prime XBT, and you can just send your crypto there, and you can get cracking. So that is my current trading situation on Prime XBT. So let's see if these levels hold. The next big one for BTC is that 618 fib. Let's see if we can withstand the pressure. We can always buy more on that 618 fib if we are expecting a bounce. So we will deal with that along the way. Now, tokens that we think can outperform, or tokens that should be outperforming for us. Well, number one, okay, ETH. And those of you that have been around for the last 2 days have noticed there's been a lot of ETH power in the market, and these guys are coming out again on Twitter. The bulls are arriving again, and they're starting to talk ETH things. And we've seen the strength on ETH now in the last couple of days with no real narrative, okay, other than maybe Solana's broken. Now we're moving back to ETH. There's been a couple of murmurs around in the market about the SEC and some legal action and things like that. So we're going to go through some of that now. But I like Tony the Bull here. He says ETH BTC chart flirting with all-time lows on the monthly RSI. That is major. That is a major development here in this ETH chart. The last time this monthly was at these lows, you can see my mouse pointer there at the bottom left, and you can see we just went up only after that move, and here we are. The monthly is at the low, and is it time for ETH BTC to start climbing up only? So let's pay attention to that. And then Crypto Condom. I mean, you gotta love this name. Ray just looked up from as I said that, Ray's head went pop. Okay, so this guy, Crypto Condom, he says Ethereum sentiment was rock bottom last week, and the ETH discount to NAV hit negative 26%. This is the Grayscale ETH Trust. Okay, now it went up 16%. So ETH went up 7%. Okay, he's given you a couple of reasons why there is now a sentiment change, and one or two of them below. If you want to read his thread, he's talking about the SEC. He's talking about potential legal action that the guys are speaking about. And then JP Morgan also posted a report saying that they believe the ETH ETF would ultimately get approved. Okay, if it's not happening in April, it's happening in August. We know that. Okay, so that's information that we know, and that might have helped spark a couple of things. And then you're going to see a lot of these floating around Twitter. The ETH bulls, the charts are coming out again. The guys are drawing pictures. We're drawing arrows, all these things. So here was another guy, CRG or Macro CRG. He's talking bull vibes. for ETH. So let's pay attention. Okay, so just a reminder where we were yesterday. ETH BTC sitting on a nice level, and is this the ultimate level? Not necessarily, but we know it's a major weekly zone. It's a major bounce area, and keep your eyes on this, because if we start getting traction here, we know these alts start taking off. We know ETH starts taking off. All these things start happening. So keep your eyes on this current weekly level here for ETH BTC, and then the ape end line where we're selling the dogs, we're selling the wives, and we're going long ETH versus BTC. A little bit lower down here, 0.045. That is the next big one where we're going to get our next bounce. Imagine how deep. Imagine how deep that monthly RSI is going to be if ETH BTC dips down to that 618 and trend level. Just imagine how deep that's going to be, and imagine the type of bounce we will get out of that type of zone. So just pay attention to that. And I see guys in the chats are talking about trades. They're opening longs here. The guys aren't scared. Hey, let's see. Anna says, Phantom, please look. Phantom is one of my outperformers that I'm bringing you guys. So we're going to be talking about that shortly. And IX says, I need my own meme coin ASAP. Come on, guys. Bill with beard. Come on. Get me my meme coin. We need it. I see Mickey Mouse is trading oil. Yes, trade it on Prime XBT, guys. Just use the link in the description. Get the bonus. They're giving you free money for trading on it. Jamie says, fuck, bro. Atom is eating shit. Look, guys, we know the market is giving us a little bit of pain, but is it time to panic? No, it's not time to panic. We'll stay bulls. Okay. I'm still bullish. We hang in there, okay? We fight it out. Live to see another day. Okay, ETH USD. So again, if you zoom out, okay, the first thing you want to do when the market's flushing you and you're feeling under pressure, the first thing you do is you take one step back, you zoom in on this weekly chart and you say, okay, really, where are we actually sitting in the grand scheme of things? And if you look at the ETH chart, nothing has really changed at the moment. So ETH traders, if you like your ETH, again, these dips are opportunities for you. If you're bullish on the market in the next few months, any weakness in these type of things, you want to start adding to your positions. You want to start building nice sized positions here if we are going to be turning bullish. So ETH number one, your big zone that you still need to pay attention to, 3,400. That hasn't changed from yesterday. Then we've got another banger here, 3,200 for you. And then we got one more, 3,050. These are all massive levels here for ETH. Nothing to panic about yet. We don't need to be stressing out when there's a little bit of a pullback in the market. Obviously, if we start getting some mega flush out, that's a different story, and we got to plan accordingly. But right now, things are orderly. Things seem okay. Okay. Here's my first outperformer. If ETH is going to be strong, as you've seen, we saw Lido give us a mega pump yesterday, and relative to a lot of altcoins, and I know Lido's been very quiet, but relative to a lot of altcoins, look at the size of this candle that Lido gave us yesterday, or in the last couple of days, a 30% move on Lido. So tell me that a bullish ETH doesn't translate into bullish Lido. So this is LDO, the ticker, and I want to just show you something interesting. These lines that you're seeing on my chart are easy algo lines, and they work so well because they give you weekly pivots, they give you monthly pivots, they give you daily pivots. And I just want to show you how Lido pumped into a monthly pivot here, tied in with horizontal and the 50-day moving average. And what did it do? It ripped down, it rejected, and they've pumped it down hard. Okay, so that is a nice guide for you. Easy Algo is a nice little tool that I use as confluence for a lot of my setups. So normally I would have just used the horizontal and the 50-day MA, but because we had the monthly pivot in there as well, it gives you extra confluence that is a thick zone, that is a strong zone that we are playing with. So makes sense now that Lido rejected here after such a strong pump in that area. Now, what am I looking for on Lido? How do we know, or how do we plan our next attack on Lido? If this market is going to be moderately bullish now and we're going to recover, say in the next 24 hours, we're going to have a market recovery, I would like to see Lido holding this region here. And you can see the yellow bars here for me, weekly pivot, easy algo, horizontals, 618, and I've got a 200-day moving average moving up here. So what I'm saying here is if we reset this pump and we move back another few percent here on Lido, I'm talking about 5% at a push, maybe 6% on Lido, and BTC is settling into a nice little area, whether that is 67,600 or still holding the 68,800. For me, Lido is a buy in that zone. But they gave us a test pump. They gave us a 30% pump Okay, imagine what's going to happen to Lido when the market turns full bull again and ETH starts ripping. So Lido, you're looking for entries. You want to get your entries anywhere down in this region. You want to play this weekly pivot zone. You want to play the 618, and you just want to play anywhere in this 2.6 region to 2.7, anywhere 2.6 to 2.7. So this is what you're looking at here. Some kind of entry, dip into that box on the 618. You want to tee it up in this region. How do you exit? Where will you exit? Well, the simplest play for your exit, you could start using the 200-day MA as your exit zone. So if you start closing underneath the 200-day moving average, you could start looking at potentially cutting your Lido position. And then bear in mind, a little bit lower down, we do have support for you at 2.37. So I'm going to read you these numbers now for Lido. I'm just going to, let me just mark them out. I just want to give them to you. Okay, so entry zone number one for me for Lido is anything from 2.7 down to the 618 fib at 2.6, call it 2.61. Okay, anywhere in that region is a nice little juicy entry zone for you. Then support levels, where do you want to exit? So number one, I would suggest exiting at close under this 200-day moving average. You can see how this 200-day moving average acts as support and resistance often with these tokens. So look for a candle close under about 2.5 as your exit zone for Lido. And then if you're trading spot, for example, it's a lot less stressful, and you can just mark out those lows from the last Friday when they gave us that bleed out. So those lows are at 2.37. Okay, so watch that area as well. If we start losing that, spot traders, maybe that is where you want to start trimming your position. If we start losing those levels, it's telling us that the market is turning dirty again, and we're going to have to just take a step back, reset, and then try and understand what the next move is going to be. So right now, there could be a nice juicy entry here for Lido, and then it's got a lot of work to do. So what is the plan? We're looking for a bullish bounce, of course, and then we want to see the reaction at this monthly pivot again. We want to see how it deals at this 50-day MA. But the exciting part is, once we crack a major level like that, we're talking 50-day MA, we're talking monthly pivot, we're talking horizontals. Once we smash that level, it often gives us amazing support for our next buy, for our next trade, for an area where we can add to these positions. So James Franco, bro, XRP was traded by Moses. You see, guys, I told you, we bring you comedy here as well, you know, XRP. Gotta love that. Ray, are you logging XRP there, bro? Somebody was saying it was pumping. I wasn't even watching it.
I mean, I have a small position, nothing crazy, nothing to write home about. I mean, it'll go to $4 at some point. The stable coins will be on XRP.
Okay, Duke says XRP is straight booty cheeks.
I mean, they're definitely not Latina booty cheeks. I'll tell you that much. They're not juicy.
It's not the look I like. Booty cheeks. Put it that way.
That's kind of flat for me. It's way too flat.
𝗬𝗓𝗓 still here in the chat. You did get hold of me, bro. I'll make contact with you. 𝗬𝗓𝗓, I'm putting you in Sniper Club. Okay, so you are in, and we're gonna sort you out. I just got to respond to you, but I saw your reply there to be on Twitter, so I'll sort you out. Okay, right, Lido, you are sorted. I believe it's an outperformer. You can see why. We've had a nice big test pump. So eyes on Lido, and next one, Phantom. Okay, we've got 𝗪𝗔𝗠𝗫𝗫 stepping in, and he was originally involved in Phantom, then he disappeared. It went basically to zero. Now he's back, and Phantom has got a new engine. Okay, it's basically an old rusty Datsun or Volkswagen, and now they've put in a BMW engine, and we've called it New Phantom. Okay, so they've just put a ribbon around it, and they've labeled this thing Sonic, and apparently that is now the latest vibe. So Phantom is looking good in spite of the dump that we've just seen happening. Look at the strength on Phantom. Not a red candle in sight. Look how they've held this. So there's obviously some spice here for Phantom at the moment. And if you are risky enough, okay, if you're feeling edgy enough, when you see strength like that on Phantom, you can start nibbling around. Okay, you just want to watch resistance zones. You got to understand where's your next rejection. So if this market bounces, let's say BTC starts popping now off that big level that we spoke about earlier, that 68.8. Okay, you're looking just for a little push into this region. You're going to look for that little rejection, and then once we get this this pullback here onto the zone, a nice little support buy, you're going to find yourself a little 382 fib there, or something along those lines, and it's going to tie in nicely for you with these horizontals. It's going to give you a buy opportunity here for Phantom. So keep your eyes on this. And this was just an intro to Phantom, because this week I'm going to be covering Phantom in the ecosystem. I'm going to be covering 𝗪𝗪𝗠𝗫𝗫's tweet, and we're going to be looking at some of the things that are happening on this Phantom ecosystem, including a whole bunch of new meme coins, believe it or not, because apparently that's the thing now. On a new chain, you just jump into meme coins. So I've got Phantom coming for you this week, and I'm glad it is showing some strength at the moment for us. Okay, if you are sitting in Phantom right now, okay, how do you deal with it? What do you need to do?
Hold on. What's not showing strength is the likes. Definitely no strength in the likes.
They're bleeding us. They're bleeding us.
Really bad. It's horrible. We need to double it up.
Guys, if you like the content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notifications button. Okay, do that, and then you get notified when I come online, so I don't have to ping you guys on Twitter every day to remind you. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. Okay, hit the notification button, and I'm going to be there in your living room or in your kitchen while you guys are cooking. Okay, Phantom, here we go. What if you are sitting in Phantom right now? No reason to exit. Okay, there's no reason to exit, obviously, unless you bought the absolute top. So if you paid 0.99 for Phantom, you sweating bullets. Okay, not a great vibe. But if you got Phantom lower down, anywhere lower down in this region, and you are now sitting in Phantom and you're thinking, oof, the market's dumping, maybe I should close. Well, what I want to do is just give you a guide. I want to give you a support level that you can watch. And you don't want to panic exit something when you don't necessarily have to. Obviously, when the wheels come off and we start losing big levels, then we need to reassess and decide how to attack things. But right now for Phantom, you want to just kind of mark out some areas of interest here, and areas, call them panic zones. Okay, if I lose a certain area, what do I do next? Okay, so Phantom traders, if you are currently in a Phantom position, look out here under this 382 fib. So I would say if you start losing this 91 level, okay, then maybe you need to start reassessing things. So if we start drifting lower and we lose that level, then yes, maybe Phantom's coming down. Maybe we're going to kiss this 50-day MA or something along those lines. But until we lose this 91 level for Phantom, I would say there's no real reason now to exit it. Okay, so just chill in this at the moment. Ideally, we're going to get some kind of flag here, something along these lines. We're going to get that pop, and then we'll get a nice little retest and then send Phantom higher. So as long as the market recovers here, Phantom for me is going to be a big performer or an outperformer, okay, relative to some other tokens over the next week or two. So big eyes on Phantom. Keep this one on your watch list. Okay, and here's another one. So ORDI, again, we go strength on BTC, and if BTC gives us a strong bounce in this area, I'm expecting ORDI to play ball. So you'll remember I showed you guys ORDI, I think it was yesterday or yeah, the day before, but basically we broke the highs, we copied Bitcoin, and the ORDI and BTC chart looked identical at the time we broke the new high, and now we are retesting, and you can see the BTC retest is actually a lot deeper than the current ORDI retest. Okay, so this is a trade setup or a trade idea I gave out on Sniper Club, and you can see right now what is going on. There's two entry boxes. Why are there two entry boxes? So I created two different setups. One of them was for spot traders, and one of them was for leverage traders. So how do you deal with this? Well, number one, your first pullback zone, your first bullish pullback zone is generally a 382 fib. And what we can see here is we've got the 50-day MA, we've got trend, and we've got horizontal tying in here for ORDI right here at this current area. So that is leverage trade number one. Okay, and this is entry zone number one. If you're a spot trader, this is DCA zone number one. If you're building your position, then if there's more weakness in the market and BTC wants to dip lower or dominance starts pumping and BTC stays in the same place, remember, BTC can be ranging and be flat, but if dominance is pumping, these alts are going to bleed out, and they're going to potentially push to their next level. So I've prepped the next level for you. The next level is going to be a horizontal 618 and trend retest for ORDI. So spot traders, if you are building your position you're going to buy in the entry box number 1. If you are still bullish, you're going to buy in entry box number 2. You're going to build that position the way you saw me build that AVAX position that I'm in at the moment on Prime XBT. And leverage traders, well, it's a simple game plan here for you. You can buy it in box number 1. If you lose your support zone in box number 1, you can cut your position, and you can wait for it to settle down into box number 2. That is reaction zone number 2 that I've prepped there for you guys. So there's a couple of options here if you want to play it. If you're jumping into ORDI now, your risk is probably like 0.5% or something ridiculous. Let's just look here. It's tiny at the moment. No, it's not that tiny. It's about 0.8%. Okay, your risk to that low at the moment for ORDI, but you can see the picture here of what I'm trying to create for you guys, because sometimes it's hard to pick the exact bottom. Okay, no one was expecting a massive BTC sell-off. Well, I'm sure some of you were, but if you track what was going on and the supports in play and things like that, the general consensus was that we were going to get a 382 or quite a nice little bullish bounce here on some of these altcoins. But again, it's difficult to pick the bottom, and sometimes the best strategy, if you have a bullish bias, for example, is to start buying in 2 solid zones on a retest of a trend. So for example, we've broken the trend. They're saying to us the trend might be changing here. We could be trending up. And how do you buy that? You buy in those 2 boxes. So hopefully that is going to help you guys. Grant says, I'm only slightly less handsome in real life. Bro, I don't know if he's teasing me. Is he? What's he telling me here, Ray? What's going on here?
I don't know, man. I don't like these P. Diddy vibes. I don't like that.
Okay, let's go. ORDI. So ORDI, you covered, and you've got a nice understanding there. Arbitrum, I snuck this in here because I think it might be a nice ETH beta play here for us, or ETH beta play. And we're now testing a nice little area while BTC is testing a nice little level here as well for us. So I stuck ARB in, okay? So it is something that we look at when ETH is doing well, when the ETH ecosystem is strong and these types of things. And I just found this one a little bit interesting here for you guys. I wanted to bring it to your attention. So nice little pump from ARB, and look at the solid little retest now on that BTC weakness. So I'm watching Arbitrum down to about 1.5. Anywhere in that area for me looks like an okay bounce zone. It looks all right in the zone for us. And then we'd have the big dog pulling up here. We've got the 200-day MA. You've seen this now on multiple other tokens. We got the 200-day MA, and we got 618 tying in together. Okay, what are they telling us? They're telling us we could get a lovely bounce here on a little bit more weakness in the market. So you want to be watching 1.46 as your next big zone, 1.45 anywhere in that region. That's a nice little bounce area as well. So you're looking at something along those lines. And then if we do get another little move into that region, look for a bounce here at 1.5. But Arbitrum, nice little play there on ETH as well for you. Okay, another one that could outperform. Let's get right into the juice. I've got a few other bangers obviously left for you guys. I touched on Ton Network yesterday. I just want to show you this tweet again. Okay, these guys are like, they really mean business now. Okay, these Ton guys. And they're talking about 1 million users participating in their proof of personhood program. Is this the new WorldCoin? WorldCoin, they were taking your eyeballs and scanning your eyeballs. Now Telegram wants to scan your palms and things like that. So, I mean, this could be massive, especially considering Telegram's user base. And here's a token terminal. And you can just see what's going on the Ton network. The fees are up 100%. Revenue the last 30 days is up 400%. What else we got? Trading volume is up, obviously, as you know. And things are looking very bullish here on Ton. I've got people in the office shouting $100 at me. There's a bit of euphoria here at the moment on Ton. But what I suggest here is we're going to play baby steps on this thing. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. And then, there's some of the guys in Twitter also. They're getting super bullish. And Steve Jan Ton, okay, he's obviously on the Ton network. He says the mission is to onboard 500 million users by 2028. Now, can you imagine what that does to a token with 500 million users in the ecosystem? That could be some kind of record. So what do I like here? Well, what I want to suggest, and you can do exactly what I've done, is I've started laddering into a Ton position because I don't want to miss the train. Okay, so what I've done is looked at good areas, good zones where you can start buying, and I go through the same process that I do every time that I show you. I look and I buy on big support zones. I try and buy on nice, secure reaction areas. And what I want to do is build a position here. If Ton's going to go to 50, I want to be on that ride. If Ton's going to go to 20, I want to be in that ride. So that is what I'm watching at the moment now for Ton. Let's just take a look here at these levels. How did I get them? Well, I pulled a fib from a high to a low. I wanted to get a reaction area, and you can see what happened here. It tied in quite nicely with these 8-hour candles, the resistance and the support area. So this is something to watch now. So if you are looking for something on Ton, again, this might not be a leverage trade. This could be something you want to build a position. This might be a long-term hold that could be interesting for you guys. So Ton Network, I'm looking for some kind of consolidation here. You know, we've had a nice pump. There's been nice news out there, and we want to see consolidation now so that we can get a nice strong leg up or the next push up. So what am I watching for Ton? Where am I buying it? 6.4 buy zone for me. Next area 5.78 and 5.6. Okay, 5.78. 5.6, you can see that region here. And what else do I have in play? I've got a rising trend for me on Ton Network, and you know the deal. That's the fun line. Okay, we lose the fun line, we reassess, we start looking at horizontals and those things. But as long as we're holding a rising trend, we are happy, we are bulls, we are cruising, and long may this news continue on Ton. And you're probably going to find that the bulls are going to be out there for the next few weeks. You saw what happened with the RWAs. They had mega pumps for a week or two. Now they've died down, they're consolidating, and they're going to have their turn again. So same story here with Ton. It's absolutely blown up. Let's buy the consolidations. Let's buy these breakouts of these flags, and let's buy on good supports and chase this thing higher. Okay, so Ton is definitely something you need on your watch list, and you won't believe it, or you probably will believe it. It's now number 9, okay, in the market cap of cryptocurrencies. It's taken out one of the shittest shit coins in shit coinery history. ADA, okay, is being smoked by the Ton Network, and ADA is now 10, and Ton is number 9. I can't wait till Ton takes out XRP. I mean, that is going to be a moment. I see DJ David's here in the chat. Dave, bro, you got to jump in. You got to jump in with me on the show. DJ David's in Sniper Club. Look at that advice he's given you. He's saying we're bouncing here. 15-minute Culter channel Pierce. Okay, he knows his stuff. He's in Sniper Club. And if you're interested in Sniper Club, well, let me just remind you what it is quickly. Sniper Club is a paid service. It's me and Sheldon and the Sniper team. And DJ Dave is one of our main traders in the Sniper Club. He won the Bybit competition. Okay, he's done sniper school, he's done the whole story, and he's in there looking after guys, giving killer setups and pumping some of these tokens there in Sniper Club. So come and join us in Sniper Club. There's a link in the description for you. Come try it out, jump in there for a month, come and see what it's about. We're doing 10 Zooms a week. Me and Dave do a private session on a Sunday, and we specialize in leverage trading and leverage setups. We play a bit of music, we vibe, and there's a good energy in there. So come and join us, come test it out. You'll probably see some Sniper Club traders here in the chats as well. Diablo says 1, 2, 3, ADA is out. Do we still like ADA? I don't know. I used to be an ADA bag holder. It was terrible. I did a round trip, bro. It was the worst. Absolute worst. Okay, one more token for you. What do you do on a new chain? Okay, well, I've just answered it for you by showing you this tweet. Shit, I wanted to actually ask you the question. When there's a new chain, what's the first thing you do? Okay, the first thing you do is you buy the dog. Okay, and what happened here? Redo the dog. Okay, this thing has been covert. This thing has been a deep burner. Okay, on the Ton blockchain, Redo the dog. It's called the redemption dog or something like that. I've invested in this token. I'm in this Redo dog. I'm looking for big moves on this. Right now, it's only at a 42 million market cap. If Ton Network is going to $20, if Ton Network is going to $40, where do you think this dog is going to be? Right now, the dog is at 42 million and Ton is trading at $6.70. Okay, so take a look at this. Redo dog, and let me show you how to get him. He's on the Ton Network, so you don't want to buy the wrong one. So another thing, okay, how's this? Okay, remember when Solana launched a phone? Okay, what did they do? They airdropped a dog onto the phone. Okay, this is now me speculating, but here we go. Ton is releasing a phone. Are they going to do an airdrop? Are they going to give you something? If they copy Solana and bonk, they're going to put a dog on that phone. Why won't it be this Redo dog? So again, another clue as to what might be happening there. And if this is true, that they are launching a phone, look out for something. Why wouldn't they copy what Solana did? Why wouldn't they give you an airdrop or something along those lines? So here's Redo dog at the moment. This is the 4-hour chart. You can see what's going on here. The volume has really come in. This has been a massive pump here, and they've pushed us really hard. So Redo, if you are looking for entries, what you need to do is just play it safe. You want to buy weakness in these tokens. You want to buy pullbacks. You don't necessarily want to buy the big green candles. Pay attention to big levels. Mark them out. If you can get Redo on a DCA basis at 0.35, that's an area I would suggest that you want to look at. Look at this 0.35. Nice juicy zone here for Redo dog. And let's see if we've got some fibbage tied in as well. Look at that. Okay, that is perfection. We've got a 382 tied in with horizontals just above this 0.35 region. Look for something here. Look for consolidation in this area. Look to buy these lows. For me, this Redo is going to be an outperformer. 42 million market cap. If this network takes off, we know this thing's going higher. This thing's going 100 million, 150, those type of things. As long as this TON network is pumping, then this Redo is going to be okay, guys. Uncle Run is doing his show right now on the main channel. He's going live in 1 minute time, and that is why now I've ended this one. Guys, good luck out there. You've got your levels. Sniper Club members, the charts are in my section there. You can get them. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's see if BTC is going to hold those levels. Hang in there. Okay, watch your next levels. Enjoy Uncle Run's show on the main channel now. You can get there. We'll see you guys later.